Hey guys, it's Groovy Granmama A.K.A Asia Angel, and if you're my mama, it's Asia Ann. So today, I would like to get into a lot of the things that you will be seeing within this episode. I would also like to give a shout out before I go any further to Studio 125 Blythe with Melodies and Flow, and welcome you all to the show. So I go by Groovy Granmama, but my real name is Asia Jennings. I'm originally from Augusta, Georgia, and I am 26 years old. I grew up involved in the arts. I went to the Augusta Mini Theater. I was involved in my drama club in high school, dabbled in it in college, and out of that came my own independent works of art. I would also like to get into why I call myself Groovy Granmama. So it was just an Instagram name, and then it turned into something deeper when I started performing in the Augusta, Georgia area, which is where I'm from. And so Groovy stands for just me being raised up by parents who were born in like the early like 60s, 50s, and then having their prime in the 70s, and being taught about like Black Panthers and the Black Panther Party and funkadelic music, and I grew up in all of that. So that's where Groovy's from. Gran is from waking up at 6 in the morning and opening the shades and having breakfast on the table early. Mama is just my little spicy side, so I put them all three together, and it's Groovy Granmama. So Groovy Granmama is like a character, and Asia Angel is an alter ego. Asia Angel says things that Groovy Granmama wouldn't say. Groovy Granmama is more so like, let's get in this kitchen and cook, and let me feed you some soul food. Asia Angel is more so a self-discovery. So I've learned more about myself as I've researched my spiritual meaning of the name Asia, and it means resurrection of hope. And when I realized that Groovy Granmama's poetry was more so like, feeding people soul food and things of that nature, Asia Angel was more so of someone who would try to restore hope within people. And so all the time I was living in my purpose and didn't even know it. So that's where Asia Angel came from. And I'm excited because majority of the pieces that I'm presenting tonight are from Asia Angel and not so much Groovy Granmama. So I'm excited to get into these pieces with you guys. So this first piece is called To Be Alive But Feel Dead. I wrote this piece years ago, and it was a part of my one-woman show called Voyage to Peace that I plan to take on tours, mixed with monologues and spoken word poetry, and it discovers many different elements of world peace and proposals to world peace and things going on in the world, such as social issues, global issues. And so this piece is extremely dear to me because I submitted it for my poetry contest in college before the pandemic, and it got second place. And I never really decided to do anything else with it, but besides put it in my project. But it discovers the element of teen pregnancy and abortion. And not only is it personal, but it relates to a lot of other women around the globe who had to deal with teen pregnancy and abortion in general. So it's a heavy topic, but it needs to be discussed. So without further ado, to be alive but feel dead. I hear a baby crying, like inside of me is dying. All I feel is pain. To this act I am now chained, subjected to doing what is right, but right makes me feel as dark and gloomy as a rainy night. Is this wrong what I have done? Even though everyone cheered me on, it'll be okay, it'll be okay, it will be okay, is what they said. But now, just like my unborn baby, I too feel dead. At 17 years old, I feel this dread as I hear my mother's grief inside my head. Will you ever break this systematic societal taboo or continue to choose plan D like a fool? Mama birthed me, even though she didn't know what to do now. In my baby's blood, I lay in like a pool. Thou shalt not murder is what God said. My own baby's blood I have shed. This is what it's like to be alive, but feel dead. Hope you enjoyed that piece. For the second one, this one is also in my one woman show, Voyage to Peace. So I love to write about like concepts and things that matter. So I listen to a lot of artists like Kendrick Lamar, Lauryn Hill, and a lot of old school folks who talk about world issues. And so I like to incorporate all the things that I've been taking in and putting it back out. So this piece is about human trafficking and kids being snatched up every second of the minute, every second of the hour. But it also shines a light on little Black girls who get snatched up daily, and there's nothing done about it. So this piece is called Under Fire. How can we, as a people, conquer world peace when the snatching of our babies has yet to cease? There is no safe space for our babies to walk the streets. These winds are running haywire. Another missing child's face is plastered on a flyer. Hearts have grown cold. The world is under fire. To the little girl who got kidnapped, body sold against her will, her daddy discovers it hard to swallow this pill. She remembers daddy's promise to always protect her. She imagines daddy coming to save her at a young age. In her body, she already feels trapped. Her soul finds it hard to adapt. Read all about it. The community is disturbed, but still nothing is done about this little girl's whimper as each creepy man climbs on top of her. Filthy things in her ear, they whisper, old enough to be addressed as sir. How can we, as a people, conquer world peace when the snatching of our babies has yet to cease? There is no safe space for our babies to walk the streets. These winds are running haywire. Another missing child's face is plastered on a flyer. Hearts have grown cold. The world is under fire. Monsters lurk to cure their desires. Somebody's baby is who they aim to acquire. Seldom do we reach to rescue the stolen. Seldom do we try to mend a system that is broken. Oh, how our babies seem to slip through the cracks. This atmosphere is in need of a good impact. So much thievery fills the air to steal somebody's baby and have no care, leaving restless mothers in despair. How can we, as a people, conquer world peace when the snatching of our babies has yet to cease? There is no safe space so long as monsters roam the streets. The thunder rings loud. The wind is running haywire. Another missing child's face is plastered on a flyer. Hearts have gone cold. The world is under fire. I really hope you all enjoyed that one. This third piece, my last piece, I wrote a few months back when I was going through so much mentally, and I just needed an outlet, and so I allowed my pen to do it. And it was more so of like me just trying to fight myself out of mental battles. And so I got a little churchy. And without further ado, this one's God's Fire. It's not that I don't care. It's just there are times where I don't feel inspired. Like, will I ever receive my heart's desires? I've been traveling through this road of faith so long. I'm on 4 flat tires. My soul then yearns for the song sang by God's chosen choirs. Timothy's letter said to me that Lucifer is a liar. The sun then got brighter. My spirits then rose higher. It could have only been God's fire. Often we deal with things that cannot be physically seen. All the bickering, arguing, anguish are components of the flesh flesh that we all fall victim to in spiritual warfare. Let him fight those battles for you. When we have reached our peak and sadness has consumed us to the point we can't speak, can't sleep, can't find a way to peace, can't turn or loose the sheets that uncover our bruises of all life has thrown at us. This world will write it off as mere dust. Give God those broken pieces. He has a way of healing those who feel defeated to feeling completed. We then realize his love was all we needed. See, when we're out and about our day, there may be things not going our way. Voices rise, fingers are waved. Things can get heated. It may seem as if we're lifeless, unable to force a smile while our eyes swell up with despair. It's not that we don't care. It's just there are times where we don't feel inspired. Like, Lord, will we ever receive our heart's desires? We've been traveling through this road of faith so long, we're on 4 flat tires. Our souls then yearns for the songs sang by God's chosen choirs. Timothy's letter said to me that Lucifer is a liar. The sun then got brighter, our spirits then rose higher. It could have only been God's fire. A seat inside the pearly gates is what I aim to acquire. Had to turn away from unholy desires. Do away with songs not sang by God's chosen choirs. The enemy was telling me what I would never be. In this playground I was playing, my tongue commits to praying. God swore I went to slang. Then I heard Isaiah saying, Lucifer is a liar. The pouring rain then got lighter. Skies then got brighter. Spirits then rose higher. It could have only been God's fire. For your greater good, greatness transpires. On your life is God's fire. It's not that I'm distant, just seeking God's fire. Tired of living with this chip. I know it can get rid of it. God's fire. Daniel was thrown into the lion's den to be devoured. A shield of angels watched over him. It had to be God's power. When darkness surrounds you, your light shines brighter. That light that shines through you is God's fire. This message to you through me could only be God's fire. If you declare and decree, enemies shall flee, it could only be God's fire. Everything thrown at me hadn't touched me. It had to be God's fire. You may be at your wit's end. Go to your prayer closet. Let his voice in. God will take your hand and raise you higher, higher than any man-made tower. You are a witness to the power of God's fire. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed all 3 pieces. It's been a joy. I really enjoyed pouring so much work into it, and I really hope that you enjoyed the work that I put out and received. Without question, I would like to shout out Studio 125 Blythe on all social media platforms. They're the ones who are giving spoken word artists and independent artists the platform to do this. It was so fun, and I'm so grateful. If you need anything, we got somebody that can do the beats, we got producers, we got farms, we got venues, everything. So y'all come out and just follow them. A follow is the biggest support you could give. You can also follow me on Facebook at Asia Angel, ASIA, ANGEL, TikTok, Asia Angel, Instagram, Groovy Granmama, that's GROOVYGRAN, no DMAMA. Signing out. Thank you.